again, Ruby, Sigrid and Agnes. Today I'm going to read you a chapter from this book, Millie, Molly, Mandy. The Millie, Molly, Mandy storybook. And there she is, see, she's waving to you in her posh dress. And Millie, Molly, Mandy is a very old book. This was written nearly 100 years ago in 1925. So some of the things that are written about are a little bit different from today, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. This chapter is called Millie, Molly, Mandy Does Some Errands. Once upon a time, there was a little girl. She had a father, a mother, a granddad and a grandma, an uncle and an auntie, and they all lived together in a nice white cottage with a thatched roof. And there's a picture, see, of Millie, Molly, Mandy in front of their cottage. Millie, Molly, Mandy had short hair, short legs, short dresses, pink and white striped in the summer and red wool in the winter. She didn't have as many dresses as Ruby and Sigrid and Agnes. But her name wasn't short. It was, listen carefully, Millicent Margaret Amanda. That's quite a mouthful. So her mum and dad and her granddad and grandma and uncle and auntie decided they'd call her Millie, Molly, Mandy, which is quite easy to say. Now everybody in the white cottage with the thatched roof had some particular job to do, even Millie, Molly, Mandy, though she was just a little girl. Father grew vegetables in the big garden by the cottage. Mother cooked the meals and did the washing. Grandad took the vegetables to market in his little pony cart. Grandma knitted socks, mittens and nice warm cardigans and jumpers for them all. Uncle kept cows to give them milk and chickens to give them eggs. Auntie sewed dresses and shirts for them all and did the sweeping and the dusting. They all had jobs to do. But what about Millie, Molly, Mandy? What did she do? Well, Millie, Molly, Mandy's legs were short, as I've already told you, but they were very lively and she could run very fast. So her legs were just right for running errands. So she was very busy fetching and carrying things and taking messages for the other members of the family. One fine day, Millie, Molly, Mandy was in the garden playing with Toby the dog. Here's a picture of Toby, that's what he looked like. Father poked his head out from the other side of a big row of beans in the vegetable patch and said, Millie, Molly, Mandy, run down to Mr. Mogg's cottage, please, and ask for the trowel he borrowed from me. So Millie, Molly, Mandy said, yes, Father, and ran in to get her hat and her shoes. At the kitchen door was the mother with a basket of eggs in her hand. And when she saw Millie, Molly, Mandy, she said, Millie, Molly, Mandy, please will you run down to Mrs. Mogg's house and give her these eggs? She's got visitors. So Millie, Molly, Mandy said, yes, Mother, and took the basket. Trowel for Father, eggs for Mother, she thought to herself. Then Grandad came up and said, Millie, Molly, Mandy, please get me a ball of string from Miss Muggins's shop. Here's the penny. So Millie, Molly, Mandy said, yes, Grandad, and took the penny, thinking to herself, trowel for Father, eggs for Mother, string for Grandad. As she passed through the kitchen, Grandma, who was sitting in her armchair knitting, said, oh, Millie, Molly, Mandy, could you get me some more red wool from the shop, please? Here's a sixpence. So Millie, Molly, Mandy said, yes, Grandma, and took the sixpence. Trowel for Father, eggs for Mother, string for Grandad, red wool for Grandma, she whispered to herself. As she went into the passage near the front door, Uncle came striding up in a hurry. "Oh, Milly Molly Mandy," said Uncle, "can you run like a good girl to Mr. Blunt's shop and tell him I'm waiting for the chicken feed he promised to send?" So Milly Molly Mandy said, "Yes, Uncle," and thought to herself, "You can join in if you want, if your memory's better than Grandma's. Trowel for father, eggs for mother, string for Grandad, red wool for Grandma, chicken feed for Uncle." And she was just about to leave the house when Auntie called from the parlour where she was dusting. "Milly Molly Mandy, is that you?" "Oh, good. Can you get me a packet of needles, dear? Here's a penny." So Milly Molly Mandy said, "Yes, Auntie," and took the penny, thinking to herself, "Trowel for father, eggs for mother, string for Grandad, red wool for Grandma, chicken feed for Uncle, needles for Auntie." And I do hope there won't be anything else. But there wasn't. So Milly Molly Mandy started out down the path. When she came to the gate, Toby the dog ran up to her, looking very excited, as he thought they were going for a walk. But Milly Molly Mandy eyed him solemnly and said, "Trowel for father, eggs for mother, string for Grandad, red wool for Grandma, chicken feed for Uncle, needles for Auntie. So no, Toby, I can't take you for a walk now, but I promise I'll take you for a walk when I get back from my errands." So she left Toby on the other side of the gate and set off down the road with the basket and the pennies and the sixpence. Presently she met one of her friends, who said, "Hello, Milly Molly Mandy, I've got a new seesaw. Do you want to come and play with me?" But Milly Molly Mandy looked at her solemnly and said, "Trowel for father, eggs for mother, string for Grandad, red wool for Grandma, chicken feed for Uncle, needles for Auntie. So no, Susan, I'm sorry, I can't come now. I'm very busy. But I'd like to come round when I get back later, after I've taken Toby for his walk." And there you can see Milly Molly Mandy having a conversation with her friend Susan. So Milly Molly Mandy went on her way with the basket, the pennies and the sixpence, and soon she came to the Moggs' cottage. "Please, Mrs. Moggs, can I have the trowel for father?" she said, "and here are some eggs from mother." Mrs. Moggs was very pleased to see the eggs, and fetched the trowel and a piece of cake for Milly Molly Mandy. And Milly Molly Mandy went on her way with the empty basket. Next she came to Mrs. Muggins' little shop. "Please, Mrs. Muggins, can I have a ball of string for Grandad and a ball of red wool for Grandma?" So Miss Muggins put the string and the wool into Milly Molly Mandy's basket and took a penny and a sixpence in exchange. So that left Milly Molly Mandy with 1 penny. And Milly Molly Mandy couldn't remember what the penny was for. Miss Muggins said, "Maybe sweeties." But Milly Molly Mandy shook her head. No, she said, "it's not sweeties. And it can't be chicken feed for Uncle, because that would be more than a penny. Only I haven't got to pay for it." "It must be sweeties then," said Miss Muggins. No," said Milly Molly Mandy. "I'll remember soon. Good morning, Miss Muggins." And she left the shop. Milly Molly Mandy went on to Mr. Blunt's and gave him Uncle's message about the chicken feed. And then she sat down on the doorstep and thought, what could the penny be for? And she couldn't remember. She remembered one thing though. It's for Auntie. And I love Auntie, so I should be able to remember. She thought for a while, just a bit longer, and then suddenly she sprang up and ran back to Miss Muggins' shop. I've remembered, she said. "It's needles for Auntie to help with her sewing." So Miss Muggins put the packet of needles into the basket and took the penny, and Milly Molly Mandy set off for home. When she got home, Mother said to her, "You're a really good little messenger to remember all those things." "I thought you were only going with my eggs." Father said, "She went for my trowel." "And my string," said Grandad. "And my wool," said Grandma. "And my chicken feed," said Uncle. "And my needles," said Auntie. They were all very pleased. Grandpa felt in his pocket and said, "Well, here's another errand for you," and gave her some money and said, "Go and get yourself some sweeties, Milly Molly Mandy." So after dinner, Toby had a nice walk with Milly Molly Mandy. She got her sweets, and then she went to play with her friend Susan on the seesaw. They chatted and ate raspberry drops together and were very happy indeed. And there's a little picture of Milly Molly Mandy and Susan playing on the seesaw. And that's the end of that chapter. Tomorrow, if you like this story about Milly Molly Mandy, I can read you another one. There's quite a few in this book. And if you're interested, at some point I'll get Grandad to send you a picture of the village where Milly Molly Mandy lives. And then when I tell you where she's visiting, for instance, she lives here and her friend Susan lives there, you'll know where she's going to be on the map. So it's bye-bye for now, and I'll share another story with you soon. How long was that?